Konami, when are we going to get more Flower Cardian support? Please. Okay, what is up, YouTube? It is Duel Humor back at it again with another deck profile, and this time we have one of my favorites, Flower Cardian. I love this since it came out in the anime, based on an old Japanese card game that Konami actually had played a part of in the past. They used to sell this card game, so it's really nice. And so it's mostly draw and luck based. So the premise of this deck is kind of make it as consistent as I possibly can, and cards that get discarded that aren't Flower Cardian cards actually gain some advantage from it. So it's kind of what I thought of. So let me get into the deck just so you guys can go see the spices that I added to it. And so we're gonna start off with Willow with Calligrapher, a really good card. Basically a tuner for the deck. You have to tribute off a level 11 card to summon it, but some of the Cardian effects actually special summon with negating its effect summoning condition, so you can actually summon it without doing that. It also has that draw effect if you add a Cardian, so it's really good. We do play Willow 3 at 3. Best card of the deck because it basically recycles your graveyard Cardians, and it's a free card, a draw card that doesn't need a Flower Cardian to be shown. We do play 2 Maples. I like Maple because it destroys a lot of spell and trap heavy decks by popping a spell card non-targeting. And yeah, it's just another name, so I like playing it at 2. We do play 3 Zebra Grass, basically a mulligan for the deck. You're going to need to use that a couple of times because there's going to be hands that are going to be so unplayable that you're just going to either need to have this guy in hand and another starter or scoop immediately. We do play 2 boars. So boar is pretty good. It's basically the equivalent of the deer, but it pops monsters, non-targeting. So really good. Another name. Best tuner of the deck is a Butterfly. Butterfly is basically you tribute a Cardian on the field. You can special summon it. Reveal a Cardian, a top card of your deck, and if it's a Cardian, you basically can sort out the top 3 cards of your opponent's in the main deck in any way, and you can put it in the top or the bottom. So it's insanely good because it makes sure that your opponent doesn't get some outs next draw phase against your board. So it's insane. We do play 3 of the Curtains. Curtain is basically an extender. You could summon it. You have to reveal it. Draw the top card of your deck. It's a card, and you can special summon this card. So pretty standard. Obviously, if it's not a card, it gets sent to the graveyard, so that's kind of its weakness. But if there's cards that let you shuffle your deck and stack it so that you can actually summon this card with ease. We do play 3 of Cherry Blossom. Basically the new starter of the deck. You can normal summon it, you can special summon it. It also has a tribute monster. It could contribute itself to reveal a top card of the Cardian. If it's a top card of your deck, and if it's a Cardian, you can basically special summon a Cardian or add a Cardian for free from your deck to the field. So it's really good. Now on to some of the spice cards I wanted to show you guys real quick. We do play 3 of the 5 Rainbow Magician. I love Rainbow Magician because it basically prevents you from getting hand trapped for your turn, so you can just combo off without worrying about nib. It also, like, if it's sent because of a Cardian effect, all you have to do is set a spell card, and then you could just special summon this card. You can place it to the pendulum summon field, and you can actually, prevent your opponent from hand trapping you turn 1. So I love that card because of that. So instead of playing hand traps, I just play the 5, the Magician, 5 Path Magician, basically 5 Rainbow Magician. So really good. 3 Cardian Pine, another starter, the OG starter, basically. Insanely good card. Draws a card. It starts off your plays, so definitely want to play it. Onto the spell cards, we do play Super All In. Basically, desynchro for Cardians. Reveal 1, send it, draw a card. If it's a Cardian, you could special summon up to 4 monsters from your graveyard. It's a really good late game. You don't want to draw into it early, so that's why I play it at 2. You just want to draw into it toward the end of your combo. 3 flower stacking, really good card. Stacks top 3 cards of your deck into with choosing 3. You choose 3 Cardians. You stack those in any order in the top of your deck. So basically, helps you initiate, so you can always draw into the Cardians, so that you don't you can combo off with your effects. I do play 2 Desynchros. I like it with the combo with the level 6 Cardian, the Moonflower. So definitely play it at 2. I like that. Plus Super All-In is just combo for days. Play 1 Reinforcement of the Army because they're all Dark Warriors for some reason. Play Super All-In because, you know, sometimes you just need a little luck and to draw into to special summon some free Cardians from your top of your deck. Even if you reduce a couple of life points, if worst case scenario. And then we played 3 Reincarnation, one of my favorite Cardian cards, because lets you recycle from the deck, then special summon a Cardian from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. So sometimes you just recycle one of the Cardians that you can actually special summon for free, and then you just summon one of the harder Cardians, like the tuner right here, Calligrapher, with Reincarnation. So it's really good. 2 Flower Gathering. Some people play it at 1. I love at 2 because you want to see it turn 1, but you don't want to clog up your deck because it's a once per turn effect and it doesn't have any graveyard utility. So definitely play it. And then the last but not least, one Called by the Grave, to prevent you from getting drolled. On to the extra deck. Extra deck's gonna be a little confusing, but you only need really the Cardians. You have space, so you just play 1 Gossip Shadow, because you can make it technically before locking yourself into Cardians. We play 1 Herald because, again, you can play it into it without locking yourself into Cardians, depending on your hand. And then we play 3 Moon Flowering. Best card of the deck, draw card. Draw a card without discarding, without having to reveal a Cardian. It's not a once per turn effect, so you just keep summoning her, and it's not a hard once per turn effect. So you just keep summoning her and drawing, and then desynchroning her, putting her back in the deck, drawing until you make your full combo. So definitely needed. Do play 2 Boarfly. A really good card because it's basically Abyss Dweller on a better Abyss Dweller, basically, because you can't activate any effects from the graveyard. Your opponent can. And it can't special summon so from the graveyard. So it locks up. Basically, sometimes it just OTKs by itself. You summon it, activates effect, and then you synchro it off, and it stays for the next turn. So it's really good. I like to play it at 2 because of that. We play 1 Colossal Fighter. Usually don't go into it, but there's some games that drags on. You can actually summon him, not locking yourself in because you still have your board. And you can synchro summon him and revive any warrior monster, which all the Cardians are, especially in the synchros as well. So it's really good. 1 Crystal Wing and 1 Ultimaya. Ultimaya, obviously, you could summon Ultimaya using the level 6s, and then you can level 6 and obviously the Moonflower. And then 1 level 6 and 1 Moonflower, you can make Zoken or whatever. And then you could set and summon Crystal Wing. So sometimes it works out, especially late game. 3 Light Showers. Really good card. The non-targeting, non-destruction to your Cardians and inflicting 1500 makes it a really good card. And last but not least, 2 Light Flares, because that's your OTK boss monster, 5000 attack. Loved the Japanese version of it named Flower Cardian Goku. I used to love saying that. And enjoy. Anyway, that character is amazing. Anyway, for the side deck, we play Lava Golem at 3 Lava Golems, because it locks you into not normal summoning, but usually you special summon anyway, so it's fine. And it outsboard, so for going second. We play 2 Lightning Storms because it's at 2, and it's great against back row. 1 Harpy Feather Duster, great against back row. 3 Dark Ruler No Mores, because again, deck has trouble with an established board, but if you can negate their monster effects, you could just out them immediately. 3 Lightning Storm against back row / combos, really good. And then, obviously, for going first, sliding in, Ground Collapse. Usually don't resolve it, but if you have it in hand, turn 1, you activate this, you basically skip your opponent's turn. They can't summon monsters just by triggering a synchro, which you will always have. So you'll OTK them next turn. So it's an auto win, you have to play it at that point. Anyway, that was it for the deck profile. If you guys enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe, because we have more awesome content coming in the future. And anyway, Duel Humor, out. Peace, guys.